Hey, welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. We're going to have a little dinner at Olivia's. Pop, where's Olivia's?
It's an old Key West.
Key West? I thought we were in Orlando.
Yeah, so did I.
We're at the old Key West Resort in Disney. Let's check it out. Now, the old Key West Resort at Walt Disney World is one of the Disney Vacation Club properties, and it looks like Key West construction. They really did a nice job at making this look and feel like old Key West. And we came over today for dinner at Olivia's restaurant. But here, looking around the resort, you can see this is the main area where you check in, and also if you were considering the purchase of a Disney Vacation Club membership, you would be in this room talking to the folks. So a really nice area. We'll check out the back. You can see the restaurant here to the left, Olivia's. That's where we're going to eat, but our reservation isn't for a little bit, so we have some time to take a look around and see what the old Key West Resort really looks like. So if you stay over at the old Key West Resort at Disney, you get to use the water transportation in addition to bus transportation to get around. As they go out that canal. Does look very Key West, Pop. What do you think?
I want you to take a picture of these flags. I want to see what they say. I don't know the letters well enough to read it.
If anybody can read those flags, put it in the comments below.
Yeah.
Here you can see people getting onto the boat, the pontoon boat, and they're heading over to Disney Springs to do a little shopping. Now, walking along the water's edge, you can see they have Surrey bikes and regular bikes for rent that you can pedal around. And they have a very nice pool, and it does have a water slide that the kids can get up and come down through into and splash down into the pool. And that pool wraps around, so it's much larger than it appears in this video. So it's a it's a really nice casual spot. I was surprised at how relaxed and laid back this resort is. It really does have that Key West feel and atmosphere. We do have an exercise room. These people are not in there right now. And they have the bike rentals and the Surrey bikes. So as we continue to walk the property, you can see they have table tennis out, and just to the left past this building, you're going to see a shuffleboard court, so you can do a little shuffleboard. There's also behind that shuffleboard is a basketball court, so they can play basketball if you want to get that kind of recreational activity. There are all tennis courts here, so you can schedule time and play tennis if you'd like. I did not see pickleball, and I don't know if they allow pickleball to be played on the tennis courts. I'm not sure. But that's definitely something I'm sure they'll be adding as it becomes increasingly more popular. Now, you can see there is plenty of like sand playground areas for folks to hang out near the pool. And then as you continue down this path, you can see the playground equipment for the little kids. And then to the left, I believe, is a volleyball area, like a sand volleyball area. So that's available. And then just beyond that volleyball area is a pit, a fire pit that people can hang out at in the evening. So, you know, really nice spaces and places for folks to gather and have a good time. And as I had mentioned before, you know, you can really enjoy the Disney properties, and it doesn't mean you have to spend all your time in the parks. There's a lot to do at each of the resorts and in the area surrounding the Walt Disney properties. Well, we've been beeped on the phone to let us know that our table is ready, so we are heading into Olivia's. And this restaurant has a lot of Key West memorabilia on the walls, so it's interesting if you do have time, you know, while you're waiting, when you get up to look around, just check out some of the stuff that's on the walls. It's rather interesting in here. The service in the restaurant was excellent, and the food was very good. Here is the menu. We opted both to get the southernmost buttermilk chicken platter. That's what we decided on. So we both had that, and it was really good. And of course, Pop, you know, the Colonel always wants to have his coconut rum and Coke in there. So he ordered his drink, and so here you can see they do give you rolls to start off with. And of course, Pop was buttering his, and then we both had the chicken dinner. It's garlic mashed string beans, a biscuit, and chicken with sawmill gravy. Give you our impressions of Disney's Old Key West Resort and the Olivia restaurant. Colonel, what do you think of the atmosphere at Old Key West?
Oh, well, being a lover of Key West, it was like
being there almost.
Being there, yeah. I noticed when we drove in, those homes were pastel painted, kind of like an attempt to copy Key West.
It also felt much more relaxed than some of the other resorts we were at.
Yes,
it had that relaxed Key West feel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And of course, they had water transportation, so that helps.
Yeah.
You know, when you have boats that are coming and going and people getting on and off.
Yeah.
And they had bus transportation there too. Now, the Old Key West Resort is one of the Disney timeshare resorts.
Okay.
So a lot of those folks are you know, they're part of the Disney Vacation Club,
mm-hmm.
and that's one of the resorts that they like to use. And that might, you know, if people are buying into a Key West resort, mm-hmm. they're already the laid back folks, right?
Yeah,
they're just looking for a second place to escape when they can. So that probably will help out there. And then we decided to have dinner at Olivia's,
mm-hmm.
and that is the restaurant at the Key West Resort. What'd you think of that?
The service was great there, and I think the help was really cheerful. Food was great, you know, so you definitely recommend it.
So you had a Coke, a rum and Coke.
Yeah.
They missed a coconut in it.
Yeah.
But you drank it anyway.
Yeah.
And I just had iced tea. But then for dinner, the catch of the day was salmon. And we were thinking it was going to be a Florida fish,
yeah.
mahi or snapper or something like that. So we opted both to get the buttermilk chicken, southern chicken dinner.
Dinner, yeah.
And that included chicken with the sawmill gravy, mashed potatoes, string beans, a biscuit, and then we had rolls on the table.
With it, yeah.
And it came out, you know, it wasn't a real long wait for that food. They did a pretty good job.
They were busy too, so the service was good for, especially how busy they were.
And how was our trip home from there?
Well, it was a little wet.
So while we were in the restaurant, it started to pour. And I mean like a deluge, it was coming down.
Yeah, it was really a storm.
So I went into the marketplace. I was going to buy a poncho to go get my truck and bring it up to pick up the Colonel. And the lady behind the counter heard me say I was coming back, so rather than having me pay for one, she just loaned me her umbrella. I went out and got the truck and brought it up. So that was really nice. You know, they really do accommodate guests as best as they can. But then when we got back to the Vistana, we had to run through the rain. So fortunately, the resort has washers and dryers in every unit, so we just threw those clothes in the dryer
and dried them off.
So that really...
You even did your shoes.
Yeah, because I was walking through a river. And the umbrella didn't help when it's pooling on the ground. But overall, that was a nice night we spent over there, a really good time. And definitely, I think we could go back there.
Oh, yeah.
So that'd be a nice place to hang out. They had a lot to do there. They had the, shuffleboard and beach volleyball, and they did have a nice fire pit out there. I like that. They had the fire pit and playground and pool and water slide. So really entertaining spot. Hey, if this video helped you, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free. It does help me out a lot. Also, ring that bell. You'll be notified every time I put up a new video. And give the video a thumbs up. That helps too. But more important than all that,
go have some fun out there.
Hey, thanks for watching.